Yes. Yes, my name is Michael. Yeah. Okay. No, I didn't authorize it. Okay. Yes, I have my ATM card here. Sorry, I didn't get your name. So your name is... Oh. Okay. I mean, I should call the number in front of my ATM card for you? Okay, you can stop the transaction. Okay. Okay, fine then. In that case, there's still time. I can as well rush to my bank. No need. No, my bank is not very far from me. As a matter of fact, I went there this morning. Oh, okay. I see. Maybe I'll call you back. Just give me a minute. You heard it by yourself. That is how these people go about robbing innocent people of their funds. You just heard what happened. He knows my name. He has my information with him, my date of birth, everything was correct. Now I am supposed to believe that he works for the bank. But the truth is that your bank can never ask you for certain information. They are personal to you. Now, brings us to today's big review. Today's big review is 7 things your bank, any bank, will never ask you on the telephone or through an email. You're welcome to my channel. My name is Sirimin Michael, and you're on to the big review. And for today, our big review is 7 things your bank or any bank will never ask you to provide via a phone call or an email. Your bank will never ask you for a relative or a friend's information. Now, if you know somebody's information, it is a privilege. If you have somebody's data, it is a privilege. And your bank will never ask you for somebody else's, especially account information. They assume you don't have that information. Now, if anybody calls you and start asking you on the telephone or send you an email asking you to give your mom, dad, siblings, friend, spouse, or anybody that is not you account information, as simple as it sounds, it is a fraud alert or a red alert. You should not provide that information to anybody. It is confidential. Now let's head straight to number 2. Number 2 is OTP. The bank will never ask you for an OTP. OTP actually means one-time password. Your bank will never ask you for one-time password. One-time password mostly is sent through your mobile phone via SMS. The phone number that is linked to a specific account. It may not be your bank account, it could be your social media account, any account, but it is sent to that phone number to verify that the person who is using that particular platform or interface at that time is the original owner of it. Number 3, the bank will never ask you for your BVN on the telephone or via an email. Now, the bank has a lot of information that they handle, and for that reason, having a bank verification number is one of such information your bank is supposed to have. If your bank call you on the telephone, call out, not to bring, to call out your BVN, then it is a red alert. Now you politely tell the person on the other end of the line that you will go to your bank and do it. And when you get to your bank, trust me, 99% of the times is always scam. So don't give anybody your information, BVN information, on the telephone or an email. We discuss tech here. Don't forget, tech of any type, but in the process and in the making, we discuss tech in this show. Welcome to the Big Review. Now let's head straight to number 4. Number 4 is your bank will never ask you for your ATM PAN number. Now, talking about an ATM PAN number, I know many of us know it, but this is your PAN number. Your PAN number is a long number written here. Is depending on the card type, Master, Verve, Visa, differs in the amount of numbers, but it's always 14 and above. Now, this front number, the bank will never ask you to provide this number on the telephone. Will never ask you for it. Even if you have something you're doing inside the bank will ask you to provide your first 6 and the last 4. These are the things that actually relate to the surface of your account. He has no depth knowledge about your account. So anybody who is asking you to provide that PAN number is actually not from the bank. I'm sorry to say this, but it is not from the bank. It's a red alert too. If you get any of such call, just go straight to your bank and resolve it. And let me tell you the good news about all these things I'm saying. If anybody calls you over the telephone asking for sensitive information, you're safe. That means the person don't have what it takes to defraud you. Now, as long as you have not released this information to the person or persons, then your account is what? Your account is safe. Now, your CVV. Now, many people don't even know what a CVV is. And some people don't even know where CVV, maybe they've heard it, but they don't know where CVV is located. CVV is part of your ATM card. It's always located at the back of your ATM card. When you turn your ATM card, you may see a lot of numbers written at the ATM card, but the last 3 of that number is your CVV. Now, your CVV is as strong as your password. Don't joke with your CVV. It is as strong as a password. In some places, you don't need to provide your PIN to do a transaction. Your CVV is enough. When you provide that CVV, you have CVV2. The moment you provide that information, you get a debit at once on the mobile line which is registered on your telephone. So your CVV is as important as any other thing that you have. So it is best or advisable you don't ever give that information to anybody, irrespective of who the person is. If anybody calls you and say, I'm calling from your bank, or what have you, please go to your bank and verify. Don't call out your CVV on the telephone. The 6th one is very, very, very important. I think this is one that many people already knows, but people still fall prey to it. So it's topping the rank in our list of things you should never provide to anybody on the telephone or via an email. Your bank will never ask you for it. It's your ATM card PIN. Never ever give that information out. Now, your ATM card PIN is an authenticator. It gives the person the right to do whatever he or she wants to do with your ATM card. Some people have virtually generated some person's ATM card any which way, but as long as you don't give them the PIN, transaction will never be complete. So I urge you that you should never provide that information, and your bank will never call you for that information, whether to give it as an information or to modify it for you on the telephone. Banks will never do that. Quote me anywhere you go. Banks will never ask you to give this information. That means anybody who calls you and claim he or she is from the bank asking you for your PIN is a red alert. You can be very polite if you want to be, but do not give that information. Go straight to your bank. If your ATM card is compromised or you can find it, just quickly block it and then continue what it is. Your bank will never ask you for any password. There are several things you do in the bank that requires password. The internet banking, the mobile banking, and many other things that require password. Your bank will never ask you for your password. Never. Even if you have a problem on the platform and needs to be resolved, your bank still will never ask you for your password. That is because the bank already have that password in their server. They can solve your problem. Means if anybody calls you on the telephone or sends you an email asking you to give out your mobile banking or internet banking password, tell the person that you will go to the bank and get the problem resolved. This is because a lot of fraud alerts and a lot of fraudsters are out there. Now, these informations, if you release them, chances are that you will lose your money almost immediately. Before you could run to the bank, and if it happens over the weekend, before you can start putting a call across to your bank to freeze or block your account, a lot of damages must have happened. In essence, it is best you don't ever, the word is ever, release this information to anybody, irrespective of who this person is or what this person said he or she is. As long as it's on the telephone and it's via an email, never ever release any of this 7 information. Never ever scan your information or the information on your ATM card to any store, any shop, both in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. Don't do that for any reason. You don't owe anybody any apologies. You don't owe anybody any explanation. If the network is bad, then try again some other time. Never scan or send your card information to anybody claiming you want to buy something online. It is a fraud alert. With this, I'll catch up with you next time. Don't forget to click the subscription button and the notification so that you can join me and get new videos from me the moment I post them.